Hello, all you viewers there on YouTube. This is Perry Gruber from the Transamorous Network, and I have a unique opportunity today. Typically, I don't do live shows, especially during COVID, since my co-host Remy is nowhere to be found. I'm hoping that she is taking care of herself and her husband, Jonathan, at these somewhat trying times for some people. But the reason why I wanted to go live today was because I've been having a conversation with a client of ours at the Transamorous Network who is so much resonating with the work that we do that it was a co-creative idea for us both to get on to the Transamorous Network and talk a little bit about the work and a little bit about her experiences with the work and about the transgender community, whatever we wanted to talk about. So I want to introduce Tiffany to the show. Tiffany, welcome. You're live now. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing great.
Good, good. So just for some housekeeping for the audience, there's a possibility that Tiffany's camera may freeze. And if that happens, we will just adjust it real quick and then come back onto the show and continue our conversation. So Tiffany, do you want to start by, so of course, as you probably know, we have about 300 to 500 people that are subscribed to our channel. And actually, we have someone who's live now. So let me just, before I ask you to introduce yourself, let me welcome that one person. Welcome to watching our live stream. We're talking with a client of the Transamorous Network. Her name is Tiffany. We're going to be talking about probably a large number of things because Tiffany wanted to have this show, and I thought it would be a great idea to do. If you have any questions or comments that you want to make during the show, please make your comments in the comment section, and Tiffany and I will try to respond to everyone. So, Tiffany, why don't we start by talking a little bit about who you are? So, introduce yourself to the audience.
Well, my name is Tiffany Thomas, and I the way that I found this community and the Transamorous Network was I was at a place where I just felt that wow, there's no positive trans attracted men. Are there any trans attracted men out here? That was my thought. And so I started Googling trans attracted men. I came across the Transamorous Network and I feel like everything just came together as I started with this work.
And so where do you live, Tiffany?
I'm from Detroit. I live in Detroit. I am a licensed clinical social worker in the state of Michigan. I have a 30-year-old autistic son that I take care of.
Wonderful. And what was your dating experiences before encountering the Transamorous Network? What kind of men were you meeting and that kind of a thing?
I was meeting men who had I I don't know if broken is the right word to use because I guess everybody has their issues, but it was kind of like I was meeting men that didn't view me as somebody who they were willing to love out loud. Like, we can have this relationship as long as it's behind closed doors or all of these types of things. Men that didn't talk to women in a very respectable way, men that wanted me to take care of them. Um, it was just not my match as
Right.
far as the men that I was meeting.
Right. And so at the Transamorous Network, of course, anyone who's followed our work either on the blog, the website, or our channel knows that we advocate people working with their stories so that they become a match of their ideal partners. And Tiffany has been working with us, I think it's about 4 weeks now, kind of new in the experience. But what has your experience been so far with regard to working with us as a client?
Well, I like to say when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So,
Yes.
so the Transamorous Network really has opened up and confirmed a lot of the ideas that I already had in my mind,
Yes.
and showed me how to change the importance of changing these stories, and how to do that because I had already knew about positive affirmations, but the work that I've been doing with the Transamorous Network, excuse me, has shown me how to change these stories, and I have been seeing manifestations of this. Uh, and that's the exciting part, to see the manifestations of, we I know, or maybe I'm not where I want to be yet, but the manifestations that I'm getting there is exciting.
Yeah, it is. It's exciting for me too to watch you. And you're right. You knew a lot of this stuff before you came to us, and it was obvious from our first connection that you were in that space. And now you've discovered kind of this amplification of the results that you're getting, which is great to see from my perspective because I love helping out trans women become more positive and more excited about their life, and then to see their lives change in a way that matches their excitement. And isn't that just the best kind of life to have, Tiffany?
Oh my God. I just want to share this with the world. It's not um it's not even rocket science. Anybody can do it.
That's right.
I had always moved about life that, because I know I was a transgender woman, that there was something special about me, and this has allowed me to come more into the woman and develop into the woman that I've always known I was. I just didn't have the tools to do it.
Yeah, it's interesting because I assert, and I say this in many of the blogs on our website, that transgender women and trans attracted men have huge potential to impact the world in a positive way if they can just get out of their way, or more specifically, if they could just adjust their stories about themselves and the world around them to match these potential outcomes that they have. And you already are having a tremendous impact on the planet in the things that you're already doing. And we've talked about in our sessions how you're just going to become more and more powerful as a woman. So congratulations for finding us. What kind of experiences, if you were willing to share, have you been having recently as a result of becoming a client?
Okay, there's these two I want to share. The first one is, when I first started with this work, I was frantic because I met this guy and I got scammed. And I would just call Perry like, "Oh my God, I got scammed! I can't believe it." And we start working to change my stories about that event. What I've learned is that we took that, what most people would call a negative event, and we turned it around.
Yeah.
And I started saying things like, "It's okay that I was scammed, and and money is right around the corner. I got plenty money, and money comes to me all the time. I never have an issue when it comes to." It was only 3 or 4 days later. People may find this hard to
Yes,
believe.
they
I
will.
got a check in the mail for exactly $100. And somebody was saying, "Well, I was scammed for $100." I got a check in the mail 3 or 4 days later for exactly $100. And I had people saying, "Oh, well, that was just a coincidence." No, it was confirmation that I created my own reality. It was exactly $100. That was the confirmation of it. And Perry couldn't believe how fast I had manifested this. And
That's
I'm like,
exactly
wow,
right.
I'm like, I'm really creating my own reality. It was
Yeah.
wonderful. So I started from that low place. And as I began to do, oh, I'm going to use that same energy into all of these other different areas of my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Um,
It,
yeah, so I use that same energy that I did with the creating the $100, and it's just manifesting in all of the areas of my life. I'm loving myself more.
mhm,
My health is getting better because I'm
mhm.
focusing on my health now. It's just, I just can't explain. I just wish every transgender woman would would at least give it a chance to see if, what do you have to lose, to see if it works. If it doesn't work for you, then you move on. But it's just wonderful. This journey is wonderful, Perry. It really is.
It is,
I
and
can't.
it is.
I'm just excited.
I'm glad you're excited, and it's funny because the the potential. So every human being can create their reality, and the reason why I focus on the transgender community and trans attracted men is because that community is dear to my heart. And my own experience and the experience of my co-host Remy has shown, and now your experience too, that you can create any reality you want. And so many
And
trans women. Oh, go ahead,
let,
jump in.
let me just say this right quick, Perry. I was thinking that because I had, before I started doing this work with you in the Transamorous Network, I had met a lot of other spiritual men who was doing work,
Hmm.
and uh, I came to think that, wow, there has to be somebody in our own tribe
Yes,
that can help us. And that that
yes.
that really makes the difference too, when you said that you had a special desire to work with our community. Go ahead.
Yes. And so it, because of this affinity I have with this community, I want to see predominantly more men who are attracted to trans women come into their comfort and pride of being trans attracted. And as a result of that, have a different positive impact on the transgender community by showing transgender women that there are men who are proud to be trans attracted, and not only proud to be trans attracted, but have the skills to create a reality for themselves that would be a pleasure for a trans woman to come into. So that's my desire for trans attracted men. And then for trans women, I mean, I see trans women as so powerful and potentially world transforming. And I want more trans women to see the experiences that you're having and the experiences that Remy had in her life with regard to transforming their personal life. Because when a trans woman transforms their personal life, they become an influence on the entire planet. And in my opinion, every single trans woman can have that experience, but first they have to get their stories right, as Remy loved to say when we were doing the shows. And you create your reality by the stories you tell, and you're having those experiences. And I am confident, Tiffany, that you're going to have more and more of those experiences as we work together. So I'm excited about what you're doing.
I've also experienced some really. Perry was in one of our sessions. He was describing to me the importance of connecting with your higher self.
Yeah.
And in staying in this place, it's brought me so much joy, so much more happiness. And Perry and I often have experiences when he's talking to me that I'm like, oh my God, I was thinking that. And then he'll say it. And he explained that to me like, you were connected to your higher self, and I was connected to my higher self. So there's a certain link there that's formed. And
Yeah.
I would say something, or he would say something that I was thinking. He would say it, and we
Yes.
have these experiences all the time, and it's just like,
Yes.
wow.
It's awesome. And the thing is, this is not unique to you and me. So we all have these kinds of connections with everyone in our lives. And you can have these, what some people would call woo woo or new age or craziness or ESP or something like that. But it's nothing extrasensory. It's just the normal way that humans interact. And when you're able to connect with people at that level, life gets really fun. And the more fun it gets, the more fun you want to have. And so the more fun
Oh,
you,
Perry,
right?
the air smells fresher. The sun shines brighter. And I'm so serious. People might be like, oh my God, I can't believe she's saying all this. But it's true. It's really true.
It
And
really
with
is.
that becomes your health, all of these other areas, my finances, health, to where you initially come in, you think, oh, I just need a man and everything is going to be, or whatever you come in with, what you want to work on, and you find yourself uh, just floating above everything, and you feel like these things that you came in just comes along with the ride.
That's right, Tiffany, because it's like we kind of use relationships as a smokescreen because people, they're so hung up on the idea, especially trans women are hung up on the idea that there aren't any men out there who are going to love me, or I can never find the right man, or all men are chasers or something like that. And when we
I
begin,
had those stories, Perry,
yeah,
in my
yeah.
life.
Thank you. So many trans women do. And then trans attracted men have similar but opposite stories. And so we first start working on relationships, but exactly like you said, inevitably your entire life starts to be affected by this. And suddenly you're just happy and your life is going super well. And as that happens, the focus that the client has on men or trans women, if it's a trans attracted man, that focus which is causing resistance to wonderful things happen goes away. As the rest of your life gets better, you stop focusing so much on the negative aspects of relationships. And when that happens, the relationships start to work out too. So yeah, you're right. This work affects all of people's lives, not just relationships. And to be frank, it's a great deal for $50 a month. It's a
Oh,
great
you know
deal.
what? When you start seeing when a person does this work, the same work we're doing, um, and they see the positive benefits in their own life,
Yeah,
it's the $50 or whatever the cost, that's minuscule to the benefits that
yeah,
you reap.
yeah,
Because initially, a person might be hesitant and say, "Oh, I don't want to donate or I don't want to contribute anything," but that's not even. And the person starts. I can only speak from my own experience. I have started seeing the benefits of changing my stories and somebody working with you on changing these stories. The benefits happen with me immediately. Immediately.
yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah, that's what we promise is that the results are immediate and we offer a money back guarantee. So there really is no risk. The results happen the instant we start working. Once you understand where to see the proof, where to see the evidence, it's immediate. And so I just love the experiences you're having, Tiffany. I love working with you. It is wonderful having you as a client, and I'm just looking forward to more uh, amazing things happening in your life. And would you be willing to come back on the channel in the future and talk more about some of those experiences you have?
It would be my pleasure.
Awesome. Awesome, girl. Well, thank you so much for coming on. And for those of you
Thank
who are
you for
watching,
having me.
my pleasure. And for those of you who are watching the live stream live, I appreciate you taking the time to join us. And we will probably have some more of these conversations in the future. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time. And Tiffany, thank you so much for being on the show today.
And I just hope that my presence here inspires somebody to give it a try to work on their story. I hope it touches somebody to say, hey, if she can do it, I can do it.
Excellent. Well said. All right. Bye, everybody.